The 2025 Toronto Blue Jays by David Graham. The Jays got off to a rough start in 2025, going 21-23 in their first 44 games. During that time, they were near the bottom of the league for batting average, WRC+, and ERA, as well as home runs hit as a team. During this time, they were battling a mound of injuries on the pitching side of things, with the following players being on the IL: Nick Sandelin, Max Scherzer, Alek Manoah, Eric Swanson, Bowden Francis, Ryan Borucki, Angel Bastardo. The turnaround for the Toronto Blue Jays. From May 15th to July 25th, the Jays went on an incredible run, going 41-20, going from being a couple games under 500 to being 20 games over 500 in 2 months. Reports came out saying something in the clubhouse changed, and you can tell by looking at the team that they were playing with so much joy. Manager John Schneider said that if players don't trust their manager, teammates, and other staff, things began to split and fracture. But this squad had complete trust in each other, and everyone is willing to fight and die for each other. As a fan watching them every game on my TV, you could see that everyone on the team truly had respect for one another and actually liked coming to work every day. You could especially see this when looking at a team like the New York Yankees, where watching them, it looked like half of the team hates each other. You could tell something was brewing for the Jays. Ross Atkins, the GM for the Toronto Blue Jays, went to work at the trade deadline, making a number of moves that would go on to help the Jays reach the playoffs and later the World Series. Atkins' first deal was made with the Cleveland Guardians for right-handed pitcher Shane Bieber, who was just coming off of Tommy John surgery. They traded away one of their top pitching prospects, Carl Steven, who the Blue Jays drafted in the second round of the 2024 MLB Draft.
The Bieber move is a complicated one, and complicated does not necessarily mean a bad thing at this time of year. The Blue Jays here are taking another big swing with someone who's still coming back from Tommy John surgery, but has been one of the very best starting pitchers in Major League Baseball. And with Bieber, more than anyone on this trade market, I think you need to look back before you look forward. Who Shane Bieber has been is an elite starter, not just a good one, an elite starter. He won the Cy Young Award in 2020. Yes, that was the shortened season, but there's still as many pitchers to go up against, and he was the very best. He has a couple of seasons as well when he was younger of 200 innings, won over 200 innings. That's what the Blue Jays love, athletic, durable starters. Now, you're also talking about a pitcher, though, who is coming off Tommy John surgery. It's more common by the year, and teams are not scared away by this. But as the Blue Jays work with Bieber through the last stages of his TJ recovery, probably a couple more starts, that's an extra factor here that you're normally not considering when you're trading for a big name at this time of year.
The second deal Atkins made was with the Minnesota Twins, where they received first baseman Ty France and right-handed pitcher Louis Varland in exchange for outfielder Alan Roden and left-handed pitcher Kendry Roja. This deal would go on to be a steal for the Toronto Blue Jays, as Louis Varland and Ty France both played crucial parts throughout the rest of the season.
Varland and France coming over from the Twins, and Alan Roden and Kendrys Roja going the other way to Minnesota. What do you make of that move for the Blue Jays?
Pretty steep price to pay. No, I was not aware of that, actually. I've been busy trying to catch up with some of the deals that happened, I guess, a little bit before that one came down the pipe. Yeah, I'm surprised they gave up on Roden that quickly. They were pretty high on him last offseason. Rojas, obviously pitchers are high risk by their nature, but we haven't seen a lot of really strong prospect returns. We've seen a lot of minor leaguers made, but not a lot of good prospects. Those are two pretty good prospects to give up for role players.
The Jays made their third deal with the Padres, trading away Will Wagner for Padres' 26th prospect Brandon Valenzuela, who never made it up to the big leagues in 2025 but is now playing a crucial role. The fourth and final trade the Jays made was with the Baltimore Orioles for right-handed pitcher Seranthony Dominguez. They gave up right-handed pitcher Juan Watts Brown, who was Toronto's third-round draft pick in 2023. Dominguez would go on to play a crucial role in the Jays' playoff run and leading up to the playoffs, adding strength to the back of the bullpen.
News of the day between games, the Blue Jays acquiring Seranthony Dominguez from the Orioles, which meant all he had to do was walk down the tunnel in the service level from the first base clubhouse to the third base clubhouse. This is a half inning ago, walking out to the bullpen along with Yariel Rodriguez, meeting Braden Fisher, Paxton Schultz, and everybody else down in the bullpen. I mean, he has played against them, but hey, Brendan Little, new guy. Don't leave the new guy hanging. And then here's the funny part, looking down to the Orioles. I mean, those guys were his teammates 2 hours ago.
Yes.
This is strange.
Thanks for everything, guys.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah.
Weird business
Yeah.
sometimes.
The Blue Jays went on an incredible run from mid-May to the end of the season to clinch the AL East title. Only 13 teams in the divisional era since 1969 have gone from worst to first, and none since the 2015-16 Red Sox. The Blue Jays became the 14th. In a wild season, everything came down to the very last game of the season. The Jays were tied with the New York Yankees. The Jays needed to win to clinch the AL East, and they were playing the Tampa Bay Rays at home in Rogers Center. They won 13-4 to clinch their 7th AL East division title and the first since 2015. The Toronto Blue Jays faced their longtime rivals, the New York Yankees, in the American League Divisional Series. After winning the AL East and earning the top seed in the American League, the Jays defeated the New York Yankees in 4 games, taking the series 3-1. A strong performance from Vladimir Guerrero and Alejandro Kirk helped Toronto advance to its first American League Championship Series since 2016. The series was an important step in the Blue Jays' postseason run and demonstrated their strength as one of baseball's top teams in 2025. The Toronto Blue Jays faced the Seattle Mariners in the 2025 American League Championship Series. After falling behind 2-0 in the series, the Blue Jays battled back to win 4 of the next 5 games and captured the AL pennant with a dramatic 4-3 victory in Game 7. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was named ALCS MVP, while George Springer's clutch 7th-inning home run in Game 7 helped send Toronto to its first World Series since 1993. The comeback victory showed the resilience of the Blue Jays and marked one of the most memorable postseason runs in franchise history. Game 1 of the 2025 World Series saw the Toronto Blue Jays defeat the Los Angeles Dodgers 11-4 at Rogers Center. After the game was tied early, Toronto erupted for a 9-run 6th inning, the highest scoring inning in the franchise's postseason history. The decisive moment came when Addison Barger hit the first pinch hit grand slam in World Series history, helping the Jays take a 1-0 series lead. The victory marked Toronto's first World Series win since 1993, in front of an energized, packed home crowd. Game 2 of the 2025 World Series featured a dominant pitching performance from the Dodgers' Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who threw a complete game 4-hitter in a 5-1 victory over the Toronto Blue Jays. Yamamoto struck out 8 batters and allowed just 1 run, helping the Los Angeles Dodgers even the series at 1 game apiece. Offensively, the Dodgers got big help from Will Smith and Max Muncy, who each hit solo home runs in the 7th inning. The win shifted momentum back to Los Angeles as the series prepared to move to Dodger Stadium. Game 3 of the 2025 World Series was a crazy game, as the Los Angeles Dodgers defeated the Toronto Blue Jays 6-5 in an epic 18-inning marathon at Dodger Stadium. The game lasted 6 hours and 39 minutes, tying the record for the longest World Series game by innings. Shohei Ohtani delivered a historic performance with 2 home runs and a postseason record 9 times on base. But it was Freddie Freeman who ended the night with a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 18th inning. The victory gave the Dodgers a 2-1 series lead after one of the most memorable games in World Series. Game 4 of the 2025 World Series saw the Toronto Blue Jays bounce back from their heartbreaking 18-inning loss the night before, defeating the Los Angeles Dodgers 6-2 at Dodger Stadium. Toronto took control with a pair of runs in the third inning, then broke the game open with a 4-run seventh inning. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. provided a key 2-run home run, while starter Shane Bieber delivered a strong outing to keep the Dodgers' offense in check. The victory evened the World Series at 2 games apiece. Game 5 of the 2025 World Series belonged to the Toronto Blue Jays, who defeated the Los Angeles Dodgers 6-1 at Dodger Stadium to take a 3-2 series lead. Toronto struck immediately when Davis Schneider homered on the first pitch of the game, and Vladimir Guerrero Jr. followed with a home run 2 pitches later, marking the first time in World Series history a team opened a game with back-to-back jacks. Rookie pitcher Trey Savage then delivered a historic performance, striking out 12 batters over 7 innings, while allowing just 1 run. With the victory, the Blue Jays moved within 1 win of their first World Series championship since 1993. Game 6 of the 2025 World Series saw the Los Angeles Dodgers defeat the Toronto Blue Jays 3-1 at Rogers Center, forcing a winner-takes-all Game 7. The Dodgers did all of their scoring in the third inning, with RBI hits from Will Smith, Mookie Betts giving the Dodgers an early lead. Yoshinobu Yamamoto continued his remarkable postseason run, allowing just 1 run over 6 strong innings, while outdueling Toronto's starter Kevin Gausman. The Blue Jays mounted a tense rally in the 9th inning, but the Dodgers escaped the jam and held on to even the series at 3 games apiece. In the 9th inning, the Jays looked to tie the game to hopefully capture their first World Series since 1993. But something heartbreaking had to happen, and that came in the 9th inning. When Toronto threatened to tie the game, a bizarre ground rule double became lodged in the outfield wall, preventing an extra base hit from changing the game. But the umpires ruled it a ground rule double, stopping Toronto from potentially taking the lead. Game 7 of the 2025 World Series was an unforgettable game, as the Toronto Blue Jays battled the LA Dodgers into 11 innings at Rogers Center before falling 5-4 in a heartbreaking finish. The Blue Jays played with tremendous resilience, building a 4-3 lead and putting themselves just 3 outs away from their first championship since 1993. One of the game's most controversial moments came when Dodgers catcher Will Smith appeared to lift his foot off of home plate while receiving a throw on a potential forced play, a sequence that sparked debate among sports fans and analysts about whether a run should have scored. Toronto received key contributions throughout the lineup and had several opportunities to secure the title, but a late Dodgers rally forced extra innings. Despite the loss, Blue Jays' performance in winner-take-all game showcased the team's determination and talent, and making it one of the most memorable World Series finales in recent history.
In time.
It's up. It's down. I think it's back down before his foot hits the plate.
The review, the call is confirmed. The runner is out.
Call.
Third in Vladdy. Winning run on first in Barger.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Bounces one up the middle. Bats to the bag. Over to first to beat the champ. You gotta knock him out. The Dodgers stand tall.
Take a loss like this and you just kind of, you have it in the grass and it just falls out of your hands. And what do you got to do? You just got to pick up the pieces and go back at it next year. I'm not going to give up. I don't think Canada is going to give up.
I thought being the comeback kids, they could do it. But we still love them. They're still our team. We're still very proud. But next year. On to next year, yes.
I'm a Toronto sports fan. I flew in from Edmonton. I have no hope the Leafs are going to do it. All my hope was here tonight. I have no hope. This was it. We had it. Top of 9, we had it.
at it another way right now, other than the fact that I want to puke on the ground.
Can you see right here? I'm going for a bag of peanuts, unsalted. Later, kids.
What's your feeling leaving the stadium after such a heartbreaker?
I mean, it's a real kick in the I'll tell you. I feel like we lost on a cracked bat.
We blew it, really. 3 solo shots to the 9th hitter, and it's really disheartening to go through it. Oh, that hurts.
It's heartbroken, man. I was hoping for a party tonight. I wanted to celebrate. I'm just devastated, man.
Absolute heartbreak, but I cannot wait for game 1 next year. Be on this ride, watch this whole thing go down, like absolutely incredible.
Love the optimism, man.
It's the only way. I can't look at it another way right now, other than the fact that I want to puke on the ground.
I'm just in shock right now. I wanted the boys to win.
How are you feeling leaving the stadium right now?
How am I feeling?
Yeah.
Super depressed and sad for our team, but I love them, and I hope we sign Bichette, and I hope we go all the way next year.
I am devastated. This has been 32 years, and I was praying. Bought 6 tickets for this game for my whole family. And we'll be there the next year. We'll do it again.
Heartbreaker, for sure. Feeling sad. We had that series. That was our series. We should have taken that.
Terrible. Pissed. Just kidding. They played a good game, and I'm really proud of them.
Does it make it harder considering how many chances it seemed like they had and they just couldn't kind of close it out?
Yes, definitely hard on the stomach too for the past 5 innings.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, still proud of them.
Way more better. And even the lodge ball last night.
Yeah.
How do you call that? Without taking real time, how do you call that? It sucks. For the city, for the country, it sucks right now. It doesn't make sense. But the power of friendship competed with the power of money, and that's what matters, and that's what matters here in Canada. And that was a Canadian versus U.S. series, and went the Dodgers' way. I got nothing else to say, man.